What's up, everybody? Welcome to Queer Girl Straight Skates. I'm Rebel.
I'm Shove.
And today we're going to talk to you about the SUNS Out, Buns Out rollout.
It's SOBO. This is Queer Girl Straight Skates YouTube channel. Hi, I am Rebel, aka Queer Girl Straight Skates. Queer Girl Straight Skates is a YouTube channel that talks about all things
roller skating. And I'm actually Rebel, not her. And so basically you should hit subscribe and click that notification bell because then you can get notified when I post, which is every week. And you should head on over to cheerstothequeers.com because why?
Because supporting skaters and especially queer-owned businesses is awesome.
Yeah, and it's my shop, and there's lots of cute stuff there.
Yeah, it's kind of hard because I feel like I shop out of her own inventory.
But that's okay. So you should buy stuff so Shove doesn't have to.
Yeah. Alright, y'all, I would like to apologize to you right now because I'm losing my voice because Rebel had her first burlesque performance last night.
Yes, I did.
And I was screaming my heart out, and then we also stumbled upon ball skating, so rolled upon a Long Beach Proud Festival.
A Proud Festival. It's like Pride but free.
Yeah.
And it was
Proud
just like
to be free.
Queer set up, amazing.
Yeah, it was a perfect day to go skating.
Drag queens.
Yeah, and it was like screaming for that too. And as you know, I'm an introvert, so my voice is like, what? What are you doing?
Yeah, so I don't even know how she's doing this right now, but.
Yeah, but after the last drag show, I was like, okay, I need to go home because I need to tell you watching. I was like, there's someone
We went home
there.
Because we have to tell you something.
Yeah, and I was like, I gotta tell the people about SOBO.
What's SOBO?
SOBO is SUNS Out, Buns Out.
Oh.
A body posy rollout.
Body posy.
This will be the fourth one?
Fourth.
2019, 2021, 2022,
2023, 2020 me.
Yeah, if you have been watching Rebel's channel for a while, you've probably seen a couple of videos.
Yeah, and I'll link some down below so you can check out all the SUNS Out, Buns Out videos that I've made.
Yeah, and every year I feel more pressure for more people to come.
But there's no pressure. It's just a beautiful, amazing rollout that happens in Long Beach, California.
Yeah, and this one's going to be June 17th at Junipero Hill, per usual, where a bunch of skaters, last year over 1,000 skaters showed up.
It was more like 1,500.
Oh my gosh. She exaggerates every time.
I do not exaggerate, I count.
She was like, yeah, it's 1,000. And I was like, oh wow, yeah. And then she was like, no, it was like 1,500. And I'm like, okay. And then she's like, yeah, like 2,000 skaters.
I've never said 2,000. Okay, I counted, but it's okay.
You counted all of them?
Yeah. Because I take that video in the beginning where everyone skates by me.
And when you watch it, you're like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
I try,
12, 13,
yes. Yeah, I try.
I would have like one of those hand clickers.
I don't know that I
like,
can do it anymore. I think I can't count anymore. I think we just have to guesstimate.
You make everyone like skate in a line.
Like everyone just click this button as you go by.
I'm having major skate day vibes right now.
Yeah, it is very skate day.
Which is a
podcast that we do that's been going on for 4 seasons now, which is wild. And I think the longest running roller skating podcast.
I don't know. But anyways, this is skate date. So back to SOBO.
This isn't skate date.
If you like to or want to or have dreamed about roller skating in a bikini, a Speedo, some booty shorts, but you've always been like, me?
Me?
I could never.
A bikini?
In public?
A bikini?
On rolly shoes?
Gay gasp.
This is the place to do it because it's a safe space where whether it's 5 other people besides yourself or it's 1,000 people counting you, it creates kind of like this like, I don't know, like magic moment of like security and support and like just vibes where you really want to just be a part of something that really makes you feel like, wow, what was I so afraid of? And like feel empowered to really do so. And then my hope is that you come to SOBO and then you leave kind of having less of that like body shame or body dysmorphia or that fear of being like perceived in a way you don't want to, and realizing like, oh, all that was in my head, and even if someone is perceiving me a way I don't want to, it doesn't matter because there's so many other people out there living their best lives, and I could be one of those people. So that's the real meaning of SOBO.
Yeah, and Shove created SOBO because they wanted to create a space that was safe and open and encouraging.
Yeah.
So that's the vibe. So if you're coming, you should show up expecting to not only be treated with acceptance and openness, but to come creating and contributing to that space with everyone else too. It's really important. All wheels are welcome, all bodies are welcome, and there's absolutely like no body shaming, no anything like that. It is all supposed to be a positive, like uplifting space. And so
I would
far,
literally
it's been so amazing.
make someone taste the bottom of my plate of my skate. I would like, if they tried to.
We would just say you can't skate with us.
Obviously.
Yeah, we're not threatening people. Just don't show up. If
I
you're
will threaten body shamers. You sell a sticker in your
body
shop.
Shamers. Yeah,
exactly. That says
I eat body
shamers.
You know what? That's okay. Also, eat the rich.
Wow,
okay,
this has gone on.
This has really gone.
So last year, I had a rhinestone cowgirl themed roller rink party after
party. Yeah.
This time we're having a after party the next day, hosted by Rebel. What is it? What's going on?
It's a wake and skate roller skate park meetup. So the day after SOBO, because what we realize is that at night we are just like
tired,
exhausted, and like I know that people who come in, like a lot of people will fly in or will drive in and they'll like party or do whatever, but like us personally, we were exhausted.
It's a 3-day weekend. The weekend it's happening, so there's no work on Monday for a lot of people.
Yeah. So we decided to do something on Sunday. So Cheers to the Queers, aka my shop, is hosting a wake and skate meetup. Thank you, River, for this delicious coffee.
Oh, and a fun glass.
Yeah. So wake and skate is a park meetup where we're just kind of getting together and hanging out at the skate park, having a good time. It's going to be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sunday, June 18th at Houghton Skate Park in Long Beach. And from 10 to 11 is going to be free beginner lessons, but like not super intense lessons. Just like, if you're new to the skate park, let's introduce you into the skate park and show you some things that you can do, teach you a little bit of safety stuff. It's going to be me and Shove and some other people that are unsure if they can make it for sure yet, but we are gonna get people.
It's more of a each one to each one.
Yeah, it's really supposed to be just like, hey.
Yeah, like if you're there and you're like, oh, I know how to skate, and you see someone struggling, like your job in this community should always be
our
like,
role. Our role is to help each other out.
And it's not even a job. I feel like it happens naturally. I try to explain that to people, like. I know when I see someone doing something, like, I'll introduce myself to them, and I'll be like, oh, what are you working on? And they'll tell me, I'm like, oh, if you want any help, just let me know, which is the best way, because you don't want to be like, oh, I see you're pumping, but you're not doing it right. Let me tell you how to do it. You never want to do that. But
unsolicited advice is the worst.
But I feel like it'll be really cool, and a lot of people will end up just helping each other.
Yeah. The vibe of that skate park meetup is just to, like, hey, like, let's hang out, let's have a good time.
Bring a blanket.
Yeah, bring a blanket, bring some snacks, bring some drinks for yourself.
Houghton has, like, a huge park area, so it's really chill. So even if you're not a park skater, just come for the vibes. We'll probably bring a speaker, have some music playing.
Have some music.
There is an open space where you can just kind of, like, dance, skate, and have a vibe there. So you don't have to be like, I don't want to skate in a park. But it's perfect just to hang out.
It's totally a vibe. And the reason why I'm doing the beginner lessons or like the open like teaching kind of time is because I know that there's a lot of people who come to Out Buns Out who like are newer skaters and maybe they've like done trail skating but they've never gone to parks before. So I just want to kind of give that little introductory.
I know a lot of people that come, they just are like, okay, I want something else. Like, what else is going on too? So it gives people another activity to do, and then know that like, oh, it's still gonna be the same sort of vibes.
Yeah.
So
let's talk some logistics about like the actual Suns Out Buns Out rollout.
Okay.
So it's on a Saturday. You said June 17th.
Saturday, June 17th at 10 a.m. is the meeting time. We all know as skaters, we're always late. So
That doesn't mean show up super late on purpose. That means tell yourself it's at 10 a.m.
Yes. So you start at 10.
I'm telling myself this at the same time.
Right.
I'm such a late person.
People start at the top of a hill because Junipero is a hill that goes down, and most people start at the bottom. There's a giant parking lot, so you can park there, put like $4 in the meter, you should be good. So 10 a.m., you either start at the top of the hill. Junipero is a big hill that goes into a parking lot where you will most likely park your car if you don't find street parking. And at the bottom, that is where most people meet, so don't feel bad. There is a staircase that goes from the top down. So if you're like, I want to at least be at the top to like root or meet people, that's fine. You can take the stairs down or just lace up down the hill. So then we all just kind of wait for people to come and get settled. When it hits 10:30, that's usually when the people are confident with toe stopping down, carving, or bombing a hill will all take the hill down and join the people waiting at the bottom. At that time, we all will just kind of hang out, take pictures, really get settled, and it's like a big like, like everyone's
cool.
There.
Wild.
Yeah.
That part is so wild.
And that might
I get the chills like thinking about that part.
And that's when I feel like the people that are super late luck out, because like we always think it's gonna be faster, but sometimes it'll be like
it's
a little more
because it's
hubbub.
Kind of trying to like rally all the skaters is a lot.
Yeah.
And it really is a team of me and Shove, so.
Yeah, and then we'll have like some cool people that help. Like, yeah, like Alex and Cody and Healy are always like helping out. There's always like the ones I feel like tried and true every year.
Yeah.
And then people always end up volunteering, and I'm like, yes, please.
Yeah, if you want to volunteer, definitely.
Yeah, I might do a call to action for that actually too. And so then around that time, around 10:30ish, is when you'll just all of a sudden see me kind of mosey on towards the front bike path, and I go, roll out! Yeah. And it's so funny because almost every year, people are like, I don't know what to do. And then I'm like, and then I start skating, and then everyone's like, oh, and then everyone jumps in. But I think like this year, people will get it this year. Because
last year was like the first time last time. Like their first ever rollout.
Yeah, a lot of
wild.
And we just go, we roll, and usually I lead it, but after last year, since there was like 1,000 people or 1,500 people,
there was somewhere in between 1,000 and 1,500 people last year,
and there was at least 1,000 people there. So we're skating, and at one point I'm just like, I can't lead this, and like
it becomes an uncontrollable horde.
We skate all the way to the Lions Lighthouse. I think round trip. 6 miles.
I have no idea. I feel like I've told people so many different answers to that question.
Well, it's hard to like track.
And there's nowhere that actually says the same answer.
But there's so many breaks that you're fine, and a lot of people will just Uber back from the end. So like count on like a 3-mile skate with breaks.
Yeah, 3 to 4 miles.
And there's only one street you have to cross, and it's in a parking lot, and it's very safe, and we always have people kind of cross guard. There's a stair set which people will like jump
in. They're at the top of the lighthouse. Last year there was like a dance party that was really fun that I didn't get to go to, so definitely I'm gonna try and make it this year.
This rollout is not gonna be the best for beginners, but we still get a lot of beginners because you can skate all the way to Shoreline Village where there's like a marina, and then you can just be like, okay, I did it. And the reason a lot of people stop there that are still kind of newer to skating or just don't like to skate on like textured ground will stop there is because once we cross that street, like even the curb can be scary for some people.
Yeah.
And then you go through a parking lot, and then it's like bricklay, like tiny tiles actually. Yeah. And it's like really rough. So you have to really bend your knees and skate fast. or else it kind of like skates you, and like it can be really jarring for people, especially newer skaters or skaters that aren't used to skating outside, because there are advanced skaters that are like, I only skate on smooth ground.
Yeah.
So it can be a little intense for them. So I do say like intermediate, beginner intermediate, this will be great for you. So there's gonna be the little tiles, then there is a wooden bridge, but it's so short. It's like literally like you're not like going down a whole bridge, you're just crossing
and then
it.
You space, and then it's like
it's so skateable, and I love the sound it makes when you roll over it. And then it's just textured ground again, and then it's smooth concrete all the way up the lighthouse. I like to be open with people because like I don't want someone to show up thinking like it's gonna be a chill skate and then have that panic, because like I've gone on a rollout where I had that full panic because like something felt dangerous to the point where everyone went and it was just me, and then I literally sat there like spinning out, and then I looked up and everyone was gone.
Oh, I hate
and
that.
And it happened in Miami.
Yeah, scary.
Oh my gosh, I was so scared. But I mean, I survived it, but it's nice to know where you're going to be skating, what the texture is, all that stuff. Because, yeah.
And I think also important to know that it is only like Shove and I and a few volunteers that are running it. So there won't necessarily be people, if you're like a new skater, there won't necessarily be people to like help you along the way. Yeah. Like maybe you'll luck out and have someone who's willing or able or free to help you, but there aren't dedicated people for that.
Yeah. So like if you show up and you're like, it's my third time skating, and you're like a slower skating your way in the back, like there's always a slow pack. But there's not necessarily like people that are that slow. Sometimes you'll luck out and there'll be someone else. But I would say bring a friend with you, and please don't feel sad or unworthy if you get left behind. As just part of it, that it's just like it's a movement and all levels are valuable, but there's just like a life, it's its life of its own, and unfortunately no one can like slow everyone down for one speed. There are rollouts for that, but this one, that's why it is more intermediate. Also, something really important to know, as Rebel said, it's just me and her, and we have a couple people helping. This is a rollout. This is not a concert. This is not a city permitted event. Like
it's just a gathering of lots of people to roller skate from one location to the next.
This is a Riot Girl DIY punk rock. Everyone put some wheels below you, and whether it's a bike, roller skates,
or on top of you, and then flip over and all that way.
Meet up at this time in this place, and we're just gonna skate all in the name of body positivity, and that's it. So no, like when people ask me, like there's a lot of questions like, oh, like are there vendors,
are there sponsors, are there
like like
every
where
once
are the
in a
tickets?
while,
like
there's no tickets,
there's nothing. It's a free event. This is something that I do just because I want to create this experience for people, and I get a lot of joy out of it. And that's it. Like people will tell me straight up, like, well, don't you think you should have a permit and the city involved? And like, what if something happens? And blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, skating
at your own risk.
Like, that's what it is. Like, it's the name of the game. Like, meetups are meetups. And like, someone told me, well, if something did happen, like, at least, you know, everyone would like donate $1 and you'd be able to pay.
Oh my gosh. Well... Also, we don't get paid to do this.
Exactly.
It is not something we're paid to do. There is a small chance that we'll have shirts for sale. A small chance. Yeah. Contingent on many factors, but there's a small chance.
It's all a labor of love, but...
It's all a labor of love.
I would be stupid and lying if I said a bitch doesn't love a tip, so...
Also, we broke bitches. Okay, so there's something else exciting that's for the first time happening this year, and what is that? SUNS Out Buns Out isn't just in Long Beach anymore. Where else is it, Shove?
I was like, what are you talking about?
I was like, wait, she doesn't know what I'm talking about.
I want to know.
Like,
I thought it was a surprise for me too.
You're like,
what is she gonna say?
We're going to Disneyland. No, just kidding.
Is Disneyland in Phoenix, Arizona?
No, but the second SUNS Out Buns Out is.
Yeah, and that'll be in fall. So stay tuned for that.
So if you are like near that area, mark your calendars for sometime in November.
Yes.
If you do have questions, put them down in the comments below and we'll answer them. There is a homepage to the Suns Out Buns Out, and it's on cheerstothequeers.com.
It'll be linked in the description.
It'll be linked down below, and that'll have all the information for the Suns Out Buns Out and the Wake and Skate skate meetup, skate park meetup. And we'll also put a little thing there where you can tip shove, or where you can buy like the Suns Out Buns Out pins, and any merch that we do end up creating will all be there.
Support us.
Maybe we'll make some stickers or something.
There's also a couple of swimsuits for sale on there with my artwork.
Oh yeah, so get yourself a cute AF swimsuit. All right, anything else we have to tell the people?
Yeah, I think something really important is every year when I start announcing it, especially, people get the idea of like, oh, I want to throw my own Suns Out Buns Out. Like, I want to throw a SOBO. And a lot of times people will reach out to me, email me, DM me, comment me like, hey, Chef, I want to do it. Or sometimes I just do it. And I really respect people that ask me, because I think, yes, throw a rollout, and yes, throw a body posi rollout. If you wanted it to be a swimsuit one, do it. I am just like, SOBO's my baby, and there's only one and about to be two of them. And like, I think some people might hate me for it and some people understand it. And at the end of the day, like, both are respectful and valid, but I prefer that, like, when it's just like, it's SOBO, it's a SOBO rollout, that I love that it's my baby. So if you're watching this and you are inspired, I want you to have a rollout, come up with a name, make it amazing. It's magical. It's fun. You don't need Suns Out Buns Out for it. You don't need SOBO for it. All you need is a cause, the will, and the planning, and the skaters, and you have a rollout. So if this is inspiring you, please host a rollout.
Just don't call it Suns Out Buns Out.
Yeah.
Trademark Courtney Shove. Also, if you do want to host a Suns Out Buns Out in your area, as you can tell, there was someone in Phoenix that made it happen in Phoenix this year. We are looking to expand Suns Out Buns Out in the future into different locations.
Which is, I wasn't going to say it, but that is why.
Which is why.
I feel that way, because I do, like, I'd rather that if you want, like, an official SOBO, like, you're like, that's exactly the experience I want, or, like, try to have something like that, then, like, hit me up and invite me to your town. Like, let us find out how we can, like, get us out there, like, financially out there. Like,
raise the money to get us out there.
So that we can host skate events in your area. That's what I wish I would get the emails for, because it's just like, oh, like, just remember, like, being a fat, black, queer woman, often we get our ideas stolen and then watered down and repackaged and put a bow on, and then, like, almost every time, especially if it's a white person that does the same thing, they will get celebrated and, like, more than the original person it came from. So it's like, and I've seen it over and over again with a lot of things.
And that will not happen here.
And I don't want that to happen to SOBO. So I think, like,
I will raise hell.
Maybe that'll help you understand why I get so defensive. But as a fat, black, queer woman, just understand that, like, that happens a lot. And I don't want to see it happen to my baby that's SOBO. So, sorry, that got really serious. But I think it's, like, important to say. And it's just me being, like, very vocal about it. So yes, be inspired. Create something original and powerful and amazing. If you're like, no, we want Shove and Rebel, we want SOBO, we want that same energy, we want them to plan it, but we will get them out here and provide the space, and then hit us up for that. I would love that. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Rant over.
Hell yeah. Shove out.
Shove out. I hope I see you, and if I don't see you at this one, I hope I see you out the next year, or the year after that, or the year after that, or in the city closest to you.
You should absolutely come to Suns Out Buns Out. 10 rapid fire reasons that we did not prepare ahead of time why you should go to the Suns Out Buns Out rollout. 1, it's like a healing space for people who have struggled with, like, their bodies and then been judged for their bodies, or are in a marginalized body, anything like that. That's my first reason. Second reason, go.
Butts.
Third reason, it feels like a big party. Fourth reason,
community.
Fifth reason, it's a good way to get to the beach with your friends.
Long Beach is awesome.
Long Beach is awesome. 7th reason, you get to meet us. 8th reason.
I feel like people always make a new friend at SOBO.
Oh man, that was mine. 9th, anytime that I skate in a large group and I see a bunch of other people skating, I get inspired to learn new types of skating or get better at skating. So I think it has like an inspiration factor in like skating itself as well. 10.
This kind of goes back to one, I think, but SOBO has definitely changed literally so many people's lives. And the amount of times I've had people cry to me, or I cried hearing like how they've never worn what they've worn in public before, or never felt accepted in their skin, or saw themselves as beautiful. And we're talking about non-binary women, men. People bring their kids out to show them that all bodies are beautiful. And something about that is very healing for our inner child and our soul. And it's the true meaning of SOBO. So that's the 10 reasons of why you should come.
You should come to SOBO. Yay!
Yay!
Thanks for watching this episode of Queer Girl Straight Skates.
You're welcome. You're probably watching because you saw the name Courtney Shove.
Someone actually said, hey, I think you should have more couple content. So
wow.
This is for you. And also,
cheers to the queers!
And also head on over to cheerstothequeers.com so that you can support this channel and support us and support my cute little small queer business.
And some of you don't know because it hasn't been set on YouTube yet.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So fatfemfatale.com was absorbed by Cheers to the Queers, so you can find all my stuff there. Please support me through there.
My website, because Shove doesn't want to do all the business part of the work. They just want to do the art. They want to create, and I love the business stuff. So.
Oh, and if you want to see a 90s generic creature that sometimes exists under bridges and is bejeweled and has tall,
so cute,
colorful hair.
Not saying a name because of copyright.
Moles.
You should go see it.
Them.
But Shove is amazing at art, and so you should check out all of her stuff over there.
All right, we should go now because I was told that there will be ice cream after this.
So I'm gonna go get Shove some ice cream, and you should go get yourself some ice cream, and then
go shopping for
your
a bikini.
Plan. Yeah, make your plan to head on over to Long Beach on June 17th, comma 2023.
Okay, we said goodbye like 20 minutes ago, but we can't leave you.
Oh, but most importantly, cheers to the queers! That was really weird.
Cheers to the queers.
Wait.
Cheers to the queers. Cheers to the queers! And many more.
On Channel 4. And Scooby-Doo.
On Channel 2.
And all the rest on CBS.
CBS? What's that? What about PBS?
Oh, I guess it could be PBS too.
What about IBS?
I don't want to watch
Hot
IBS.
girls have tummy problems.
I've got a